Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another room building video. On today's episode, every house needs a bar in my opinion, and without further ado, let's see if we can build a modern one. But first things first, cue that intro! So welcome ladies and gentlemen to the room that, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if it even fits into a room here. Yeah, it's kind of like a modern bar. This is a bit of a strange one, and I've also got the idea of this being quite a big build, so much so I've just lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. See, high quality content, hearing me counting to 9 because I couldn't remember what the next number was. Oh, my life. See, kids, this is where you stay in school. Because if you don't stay in school, the wordy things start to break and then you talk like me. Yep. That's how this video has started. With bad maths. Okay, so, yeah, this kind of room idea is sketched out on a piece of paper in front of me for this bar, and I'm going to kind of go with it. I've basically drawn a shape and then separated out what I kind of want to have, sort of like booth type things, I guess. I suppose that's the words to use here, and kind of go from there. So I'm not really sure how well this is going to work. And I'm not even sure if this is technically even going to be a room, because it's going to be quite a big sort of area. I've got the idea of like the bar, a nice place to drink, the booths, the dance floor. It's going to kind of be like one hell of a room. Let's be brutally honest. If you can afford this kind of room, invite me, because I want to have some drinks with you. So cue the weird comments. Actually, no one leaves me weird comments, and I'm quite thankful for that because you guys are all awesome. So yeah. That's right, I just called you awesome, and we are only a minute or two into a video, because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm not really sure what kind of guy that makes me, but yep, you guys are awesome. I don't get weird comments, thankfully, and you know, that's not a cue for you guys to start leaving weird comments either, because you know, I'm kind of quite partial to the nice intellectual conversations we have in the comment section. I do genuinely have intellectual comments in the comment section. That's right, yeah, no, conversations do happen. So yeah, if you want to be awesome and join the awesome club, you can leave an awesome comment down below in the awesome zones of awesomeness. There's a lot of awesome in this. Maybe we should put a cube. The awesome cube may turn up this video, because let's be brutally honest, it's awesome and a cube, and what's not to like? I'm trying to find a wood for this floor. This conversational topic is kind of weird already, so let's go with the black floor. What was I even talking about? I have completely lost my mind. More so than usual. More so than usual this early on in a video. So let's get some windows going on here. I'm sure I've remembered my train of thought. If someone does remember my train of thought, please feel free to remind me what it was, and maybe, you know, I might forget about it in another video, because let's be brutally honest, most of my videos start with a nice sensible conversation and tail off in somewhere in the middle. I feel like I should rename myself to Captain Tangent, but I don't think that's going to be as catchy. Also, you know, I don't really want to go by that name. That's not an excuse to start calling me that. Don't call me Captain Tangent. Okay, maybe a little. No, let's stop it. Right. Left. Floor. So, what the hell was I even talking about? I've completely lost it. I'm building a floor, I'm building a bar, booths, paper drawn in front of me, ideas, numbers, can't do maths, conversational weirdness. I think that's a summary of what's happened in the last like 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, let's get some flooring going down. Let's get some flooring going down on this. So, I'm not sure if I've really mentioned this. To be perfectly honest, this is going to be kind of a big build, so apologies if this video starts to get a little bit long. I'm going to try and produce it as sort of, you know, with as minimal tangents as possible, but considering we're already a few minutes in and I've already had one tangent, I'm not holding my breath that, you know, it's going to be amazingly consistent. Let's start off with the love seats. Actually, let's put a roof and ceiling and lights and all manner of things like that on here, because at the moment it's gonna be kind of weird. So that's in here. Right, let's get the lights sorted for the booths. I've already got the idea. It's the wall mounted squares, the wall mounted squarey things, these ones. These are the lights we like, and these can go either side of the windows. And then maybe I can put some Venetian blinds in the windows. This should give a nice amount of light though. This should give a nice amount of light and a nice start. That's good. Okay, so I like the look of this to start with. I'm thinking maybe like some spotlights or something over the door, but we can see. Let's get the booths sorted get them looking nice and comfortable. Don't know where the noise came from, but it seems to turn up on my videos every so often. I'm not really sure why. I say every so often, I'm pretty sure the noise has turned up pretty much consistently for the past 3 or 4 videos. Probably the last month's worth of videos. So, yeah. Let's get these. Let's pop these. So, it's going to start off with a nice white side here. To be honest, I'm thinking I kind of want to make the booths pretty consistent throughout. And just change a couple of small bits. So I'm going to go with, let's get some nice greeny sort of colour in here. And let's go with the greens for the love seats. So just while I replicate this over and over and over again and recycle and recycle and recycle and recycle and recycle, reduce, reuse and recycle my furniture. See, that was the saying I was taught at school. I'm kind of curious, is this something that is reduce, reuse, recycle? I mean, A, is that still a phrase? Anyone in the UK or somewhere in Europe that has ever heard of this like ever? A, is that still something that happens? And B, was that ever world sort of, I was about to say world spread. Worldwide was the words I was actually looking for there. Or was it just something that, you know, my school had a bit of a fixation on, you know, I just didn't, well, I did understand, but, you know, just didn't catch on. So, how are you? That's right, I asked how you are. I asked how you are in a lot of videos, actually. Very rarely get replies to that question, possibly because you're not in the same room as me. Maybe the sort of thing like that, but, you know, it would be kind of a weird thing if you were in my room, to be honest, because, you know, then you would be sitting here watching me record, and I don't let anyone watch me record, which is probably something I need to look into. But actually, for someone who uploads stuff to the internet for people to view, I am quite funny about recording in front of people. So there you go. There's a bit of interesting stuff that I don't actually record in front of anyone. I don't like it. It kind of makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. Which again, irony in the fact that I am possibly one of the weirder people who uploads to YouTube. I'm probably going to get nice comments saying I'm not weird, but you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, I don't think I rate myself down as the average kind of person. I've forgotten what I'm looking for. The tangents are coming back again. Let's put these down. Those are not nice actually. Those are not what I wanted. Oh, maybe they are what I want. Oh, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. They're a nice touch. They fit nicely in the corners. I like them. Nicely on the corners, and then what I'm thinking is if I grab from here, there's the squares. These will kind of match and fit nicely in here on these corners. So, there we go. It's got some nice booths here, nice places to sort of sit here, get some decorative items going on, and I think that will be a nice little touch here. I really like these tables. These are tables that I'm actually sort of falling in love with is a strong word, especially when it comes to items. But, you know, I do feel myself being drawn to some of these items a lot more, and I'm starting to really, really like them. So these tables and these rocks, because it's only actually recently I realised that some of these rocks come in different colours, and to be honest, that's kind of a strange thing to say, I know, but you'll be surprised at how little time I actually spend. I spend a lot of time looking at items. That is one thing that I, you know, in this line of, well, if you want to call this work, I don't really class this as work, I class this as enjoyment, but, you know, in this line of content creation, I suppose is the best way to do it. I do spend a lot of time in the items menus, but it's amazing, if I don't really sort of notice the shape too much or something, or use something fairly rarely, they don't actually, sort of things like those flowery things, I don't really see that often. So it's quite nice actually to spend a bit of time in this and just kind of like, well, build really. Build, play with some items, play with some designs. Let's go over here, let's get some lamps sorted. I might need to turn this into a bar actually, because I might need some signs. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know they're in there. Not quite what I was looking for, but also equally very, very good to know. Okay, so kind of want to get some standing lights. They might be under miscellaneous actually. That's electronics lighting, miscellaneous lighting. Those are the spotlights. I know there's a kind of weird twisty glowy sign things. I'm not sure what they are, where they fit into anything. I've seen them, I just need to find them. And to be perfectly honest, finding them, I'm going to need them for the disco area. Ah, there they are. There they are. I quite like these. I'm not sure why. I've never used them before, but I don't even know what pack they're from. Oh, they're from the Let's Get Together pack. I had to think of what the people were all hugging. Get together, clearly. So there's that. Let's get a dance floor sorted. So I'm going to need these, and probably going to need like 4 of them. So let's lay them straight out here. Again, this is something that I do kind of to answer if I answer some sort of questions over this. This is something I do when I'm building, actually, and something that often I cut out because to be perfectly honest, I don't think you need to see some of this stuff. But things like that, I do actually lay items out to either count or keep track. Especially when I can't find items or I'm struggling to find things to sort of match. It's quite a good way, especially with different colours. You can kind of line stuff up very nicely and match things up. Just a little trick or tip. Yeah, if you're building and you want to match things up, that's how I do it. And by no means am I any expert, but you know, I do like to think that I do know bits and pieces when it comes to designing in The Sims. So let's get a DJ booth set up. Now we don't want anything too fancy, but you know, we still want something to look a bit professional, because you know, you want this place to look nice. You're going to have your friends over. It's going to be a bit of a party disco type thing, so you want it to look professional, maybe a bit too professional though. Do you know what? No, we're actually going to go with it. Not sure how I feel about this, but we are going to go with it and see what happens. Let's pop those in there. Actually, let's bring them forward a touch. Let's put these on the corners, something a bit like that, and let's grab one the other corner. So there we go. We've got some nice disco lights going on here around the nice disco-y area. I'm thinking like we've got a nice bit here. Let's get a Venetian blind. The blind, is this blind Inuit? Is that what that is actually called? Oh yeah, blind Inuit. I'm probably sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Nuit, nut, nut. Nuit? Nuit? I don't know. It's something. I'm not sure what that was either. That last one could just have been straight up offensive. So apologies. I'm afraid my English isn't very good for an English speaking person. Well, you know, born and raised in England and the UK and everything like that. I consider my English of the poor variety. My spelling of the worst variety. That's why you occasionally see overlays and graphics of how to pronounce things and how to spell things. And that has to be probably a word I have no idea even where to begin. So yeah, apologies in advance if that is... it feels like French, but with the dare it could be something else. To be honest, I'm not even going to guess. Last time I ended up speaking German on the channel, so I'm not going to do that again because that went on far too long. So yeah, we're going to leave this be. Let's get that in there. That's close. I like that bit of artwork, but I'm just not sure on the colour, so let's swap it out. That's a bit better. Looking a bit brighter now. So we've got a nice kind of corner area going on here. Let's get a statue or something in here. That'll be a nice touch. And then we can work on the bar area. And then it's just going to be sort of like general cleanup. Because I don't really want this video to get too long. And I'm already very aware that, you know, we're closing in on a sort of a fair amount of time now. So let's try and focus and get through the build without too many more tangents. And I already feel like, because I've said that, there is going to be about 18 more tangents. It's going to be long. It's going to be, you know, long. Why can I not find the items I want? Let's go for that one. That's a nice bar. That is a nice looking bar. I just need to decide where to put the nice looking bar. Let's say there. That looks like a nice place to put the nice looking bar. Let's get a kitchen surface top to match. That's a regular bar. We don't want that. We want the kitchen surface thing to match, which is probably this one. That looks like it's the one. So let's get that in the right colour, which looks like that. No. That. No. I think that's the wrong bar. Yeah, that's because it is the wrong bar. Well, there's my problem. Is it this one? Is that the right one? That's the right bar. Okay, so that's the right bit. I need it in the arch and I need it in that colour, and now it fits and completes that corner nicely. So let's move around here. Let's get decorations on the wall. See, if you notice, we're switching to a more focused version now. This is when Ryan has noticed the time is marching on and he is still nowhere near finishing. Well, maybe not nowhere near finishing, but not as finished as he would like to be. So this is where the pace picks up, the voice picks up, the speed picks up, and this is where if there's going to be any mistakes, they are mistakes made now. And usually that's where Ryan spots them in editing. Ryan in editing hates Ryan in recording, by the way, just in case you guys were wondering. Because usually Ryan in editing, it has quite a lot of work to turn this rough, raw product into something actually watchable. And yeah, you'll be surprised how much content isn't until I finish the editing process. Let's put the blinds up here. Let's change the color of the blinds. Let's make the blinds something different. Let's say that color. So that's looking good. I'm thinking space turkey. It's kind of weird. I still can't believe this is called a turkey, but you know, on the flip side, I'm always going to remember what the item is called. Let's get some bar stools in here. Make sure they're looking nice. Looking, what kind? This kind? Yeah, this kind with the wood. This kind with the wood. Looks nice, fits in, looks nice. All looking quite good there around the bar. And what do we want? Let's finish up this back wall, I think. Let's get more of these mirrors, a couple more like that. That's a weird corner. I wonder if I could build an entire build out of mirrors. That would probably chug my system. I am interested in doing that though. Remind me that, comment section. If I haven't produced a build entirely made of mirrors, remind me, because I kind of want to build a build out of mirrors. Miscellaneous items, let's see. What do we have here? I'm looking for, there's another bar thing here. It might be under the storage actually. I was just scrolling out. There it is. There it is. Where is it? Yellow. There we go. That fits in there. Just like that. Finish up with a nice tiny little potted plant. Nice tiny little potted plant. In the little itty bitty plant. And do we want anything else, or are we done? I would probably be inclined to say that I am done. I am quite happy with that. It's a bit of a bigger build than usual, but you know, I hope you enjoy. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you have liked what you've seen here, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with me, my latest projects or ideas, or cast your vote in the next room in the Let's Build series, give me a follow on Twitter. Link should be on your screen or in the description box down below. Finally, if you finish checking out all that cool stuff in the description and want to watch another video, give either of the two icons on top of your screen a cheeky click to be taken to one of my other videos. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Stay awesome, and I'll see you next video.